Good day, Christian friends. Today's devotion is entitled The Great Adventure, and it is taken from the book of Psalm 27 and verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength, the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? The Christian life is a life of faith. We begin our walk by faith, according to Ephesians 2:8 through 9. And then the great adventure begins. And Jesus says in John 10 and verse 10 that he came to give us life more abundantly. How many of us miss out on abundance? How many of us are missing out on the joy and the adventure because, we're crippled by fear or insecurity? Instead of pursuing God without reservation, we settle for a life of safety. We settle for a life of ease and minimal risk because of the norm. In essence, the reward just isn't worth the risk. Hebrews 11:6 reminds us that the believer, that we as children of God, that we must walk by faith, and without faith it is impossible to please God. The difference between seeing seas part and dead seas rising and walls tumbling and armies being overcome and every other mighty miracle on display in Scripture. And the average life is one word. It comes to faith. The choice belongs to every believer. One can either accept the common or seek the extraordinary, but it requires faith. The most radical experience isn't the adventure itself, but it is the process of wholeheartedly trusting and believing God to do the impossible, to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we can ever ask or think, according to the power, which is the faith that worketh within us. With God, all things are possible. The life of faith allows us to arrest fear and to embrace the great adventure of God, the abundant life. What fear is crippling you today from experiencing the abundant life? What adventures has God given to you? And are you fully trusting Him? I pray this to be your prayer today. Lord, you are my light and my salvation. Lord, I cast all of my cares on you. And Lord, I wholeheartedly believe and trust in you. Make that your prayer. And may you experience the great adventure that Christ has for you and for your life through a life lived by faith. God bless you.